Hello and welcome to English Podcast.
Here you'll find fun topics, natural dialogues, and a relaxed way to practice English every day.
If you enjoy it, leave a like and subscribe. Have you ever thought about volunteering, Sarah? You know, giving your time to help others? It can be a really rewarding experience.
I have, actually, David. I've been thinking of volunteering at an animal shelter. I love animals, and it seems like a good way to make a difference. Rewarding means it gives you a good feeling, right?
Exactly. It's a win-win. You help the animals, and you get that warm, fuzzy feeling inside. That's rewarding. I volunteered at an animal shelter once, and it was amazing.
Really? Tell me about it.
Well, it was a small shelter on the outskirts of town, kind of tucked away amidst rolling green hills. Outskirts means the edge of town, away from the center. Tucked away means it's hidden or nestled in a quiet place.
Okay, so a peaceful location. What kind of animals were there?
Mostly cats and dogs, but there were a few rabbits and even a grumpy old tortoise named Sheldon. They all had their own unique personalities. It was a lively place, despite the somewhat sad stories of how they ended up there.
Oh, I can imagine. It must be heartbreaking to see animals without homes. Lively means full of energy and activity, right?
Yeah, exactly. Lots of barking and meowing, especially in the mornings. But there was also a lot of love and care given by the staff. They really tried to make it a comfortable temporary home for the animals.
So, what did you do there as a volunteer?
A little bit of everything. Cleaning kennels, walking dogs, playing with the cats. Even Sheldon the tortoise needed some attention. He loved having his shell scratched. Kennel is like a small room or cage for a dog.
That sounds wonderful. I can almost picture it, a small, cozy shelter nestled in the hills, filled with animals waiting for their forever homes. I bet you made some good friends there, both animal and human.
So, after a few weeks of cleaning cages and prepping food, I finally got to interact with the animals more directly. It was exciting. One day, Sarah, the shelter manager, asked me to help socialize a shy, rescued beagle. Socialize means to help him get used to being around people.
That sounds wonderful. Beagles are known for being friendly. So it's sad to imagine one being shy and needing help to become comfortable with humans. It must have been a rewarding experience.
It really was. This little beagle's name was Barnaby. He was so timid, he'd cower in the back of his kennel whenever anyone approached. He wouldn't even make eye contact. It was heartbreaking.
Poor Barnaby. I can only imagine how scared he must have been. Did you manage to connect with him?
Sarah suggested I just sit quietly near his kennel and talk to him softly. No sudden movements, just a calm, gentle presence. She said to use a soothing voice to reassure him. So, that's what I did.
That's a great approach. Creating a safe and predictable environment is key to building trust with a frightened animal. Did he respond to your soothing voice?
At first, nothing. He just stayed huddled in the corner. But I persisted. Day after day, I'd visit Barnaby, reading aloud from a book or just talking about my day. I even started bringing him special treats, little pieces of sausage, which Sarah approved of.
Persistence is definitely important. It's about showing him consistently that you're a friend, not a threat. And using treats is a classic way to build positive associations. It's like saying, "Hey, I come bearing gifts."
Exactly. Then, one afternoon, a breakthrough. As I was talking to him, he slowly crept forward and sniffed my hand. It was just a quick sniff, but it felt like a huge victory. My heart leapt.
That must have been such a rewarding moment. A sniff might seem small, but it signifies a huge step towards trust. It shows curiosity and a willingness to engage.
Absolutely. From that day on, Barnaby became a little more confident each time I visited. He started wagging his tail, a tiny wag at first, but it grew bigger each day. He even let me pet him eventually. It was magical to witness his transformation.
That's a beautiful story. It really highlights the power of patience and kindness. It's not just about cleaning and feeding. It's about building connections and helping these animals heal.
So, to recap, Sarah, a shy young woman, started volunteering at an animal shelter. She's a bit nervous, a bit timid, meaning hesitant and unsure of herself, but she wants to help animals.
Exactly. And at the shelter, there's this one dog, a scruffy, older dog named Buster. He's been there a while and hasn't had much interest from potential adopters. He's a bit overlooked, meaning people don't really notice him.
Right, and although Sarah is initially intimidated by the energetic puppies, she finds herself drawn to Buster's calm demeanor. Demeanor means his way of behaving, his overall attitude. He seems gentle and sad.
Yes, and despite her shyness, Sarah starts spending time with Buster, taking him for quiet walks and just sitting with him. She discovers he's actually a very sweet and affectionate dog, once you get to know him. He's a bit of a gentle giant.
That's a good phrase. Gentle giant means big but kind. This is where their bond starts to form. He seems to appreciate her quiet company, and she finds his presence comforting.
And we left off last time with Sarah starting to feel more confident at the shelter, less shy. Spending time with Buster has been a real boost for her. Boost, meaning something that helps her improve or feel better. It's helping her come out of her shell.
She's starting to engage more with the other volunteers too. It's like Buster has helped her to find her voice. He's become her furry confidant, someone she feels comfortable with, someone she can trust.
Absolutely. And we can't forget Buster. He's noticeably happier too. He's got a pep in his step. He's more playful, wagging his tail more, and he seems to have a newfound zest for life. Zest means a feeling of excitement and energy.
It's a beautiful example of how kindness can have a positive impact on both the giver and the receiver. They're both blossoming in each other's company. So, as the weeks turned into months, I found myself spending more and more time at the shelter. I became quite attached to a scruffy, little terrier named Pip. He was always overlooked because he was a bit shy, a bit timid, hesitant around people. But he had these big, soulful eyes that just melted my heart.
Ah, I can picture him. Timid, hesitant. Those are great words to describe someone who's a little shy and unsure, especially in new situations. Like, you might feel timid about speaking up in a large group, or hesitant to try a new food.
Exactly, and Pip was definitely timid. But once he got to know you, he was so affectionate. He'd lean against my leg and lick my hand. It was impossible not to love him.
It sounds like you formed a real bond with him.
We did. One particularly chilly Saturday, I decided to take Pip for a longer walk than usual. We explored the park near the shelter, and he seemed to really come alive, chasing squirrels and sniffing every blade of grass. Come alive is a nice expression, isn't it? It means to become more energetic and enthusiastic.
It is. It really paints a picture of Pip enjoying his freedom. Like when a wilting plant suddenly gets watered and comes alive again, perking up and vibrant. It's not just about being alive, it's about being truly engaged with life.
Exactly. And you know what else happened? A young couple stopped to admire Pip, and they started asking me about him. They were clearly looking for a dog to adopt.
Oh, this sounds promising. Fingers crossed for Pip.
I told them all about Pip's gentle nature and how playful he could be once he warmed up to you. Warm up to someone means to become more comfortable and friendly with them. Like how you gradually warm up to a new classmate after you've talked a few times.
It's a great phrase, and I bet Pip warmed up to them quickly, feeling your encouraging presence.
He did. He actually started playing fetch with them, which he rarely did with strangers. They fell in love with him instantly. They filled out the adoption paperwork that same day. Seeing Pip go to a loving home was bittersweet. Bittersweet is a useful word that describes something that brings both happiness and sadness. Like graduating from school, you're happy to move on, but sad to leave your friends behind.
Yes, that's a perfect example. And I imagine it was bittersweet seeing Pip leave, knowing you'd miss him, but also thrilled that he found a forever home.
You hit the nail on the head. It was a perfect example of why I loved volunteering at the shelter. I got to help animals like Pip find their happy endings, and that made all the difference.
It's about making a difference, isn't it? That's the core of volunteering, giving your time to something meaningful. And in your case, that meant helping create these happy endings, these beautiful new beginnings.
Okay, let's quickly recap the story so far. Remember, recap means to summarize. Mark, feeling lost and lonely after moving to a new city, decided to volunteer at an animal shelter. He wasn't sure at first, feeling a little awkward, not comfortable.
Right, he felt awkward because he didn't know anyone and wasn't used to the environment. But he persevered, meaning he continued trying, even when it was difficult. He started by cleaning cages and walking dogs, simple tasks but important ones.
Exactly, and during his walks, he met a shy, energetic husky named Luna. She was initially hesitant, a bit scared, but Mark's gentle nature and patience won her over. Won her over means he gained her trust and affection.
He discovered she was incredibly playful once she felt comfortable, full of energy and very intelligent. Over several weeks, their bond deepened. This means their connection grew stronger, more meaningful.
And that brings us to the present. Mark found himself looking forward to his visits, not just to help out, but because he genuinely enjoyed spending time with Luna, especially after a long day at his new, demanding job. Demanding means requiring a lot of effort and time.
So, even though Mark started volunteering to fill his free time and meet new people, he ended up finding something much more valuable. A true friend in Luna, and a sense of purpose in caring for her. Volunteering became a source of joy, not just an obligation.
He also formed friendships with some of the other volunteers and staff members. He wasn't so lost and lonely anymore. Remember how he felt awkward at first? That feeling completely disappeared. He started to feel like he belonged. Belonged means he felt like he was part of the community.
So, through kindness and perseverance, Mark not only transformed Luna's life by giving her the love and attention she needed, but he also transformed his own life, finding friendship, purpose, and a place to belong. Isn't that a wonderful story?
It really is. It highlights how acts of kindness, even small ones, can have a ripple effect, impacting not only the receiver but also the giver in unexpected and positive ways. Ripple effect means a spreading effect, like ripples in a pond. Remember that phrase.
And impacting means influencing or having an effect on. So, Mark impacted Luna's life, and Luna impacted his. This reminds us that giving back to our community, whether it's through volunteering at an animal shelter, helping a neighbor, or simply being kind to a stranger, can bring incredible joy and fulfillment to our own lives.
Thanks for listening to English Boost. Remember, practice a little every day and you'll see big results. See you in the next episode.